You know what else sucks?
Discourse.
My future girlfriend.
What?
What?
What? My fuck buddy.
What? Jesus.
What you asked?
Oh God. Well,
You did ask, you know.
Phil, I did go back and listen to what you Alexander Skarsgård. I mean Nicholas Holt's line delivery on the I can't have that or I won't stand for that.
I won't accept that.
Yeah, it was weird. That was weird. Like the line delivery,
Weird.
it was weird. Like everything before that was great, but then it was that. It gave me like Javicia Leslie.
It's like,
Can we not? Can we
It's-
not?
it's
I
so
don't
it's
know.
so strange because like I look at the Ironheart trailer and like I'm pretty excited because you know it's
I am too.
it's such a small character, but just such an interesting like the magic versus science aspect of that show just seems very interesting to me. I pray to God they don't do a 3 and 3, just drop that series all at once just because they want to get it out of the way. I'd be fucking if that happens. If I was Ryan Coogler, I'd be fucking furious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be mad if that does happen. But then I look at Superman and I look at like what Nicholas Hoult did, and I'm like, okay, the first part of his line delivery with Superman, he's not a man, he's an it, and like
I
all this
loved
shit
that.
that was great, right?
That was
And
a
then he's
great
talking
line.
about how somehow he's become the focal point of the entire world's conversation. I'm like, yes, that is Lex Luthor's vanity shining through. And then you get the I cannot accept that, and then it cuts to him like head shake camera screaming, and I'm just like, fuck no, please no, none of this hammy ass Gene Hackman bullshit, please.
But
you know.
but like a Lex Luthor crash out is, I mean that's no a Lex Luthor crash. We've been seeing Lex Luthor crash out for years now. I just hope it's not. I hope it's not hammy. I hope they fix that. Like I think, and honestly, I don't think that scene will look that weird. I think it's the camera lens. It's the lenses that they're using because it's that fisheye lens, and with his head being like, it's weird. It was funny because I'm like, yeah, he's gonna bring that because you can feel that hatred that he has, the disdain for Superman. This is going to be an interesting film because I want them to. We know that this Superman has been, around for a few years now. Like how long? I want to know. Like, I know Lex always just hates Superman, but like when you think about Superman and Lois, the only reason he hated Superman was because he hated Lois. Like, I think it's fair to assume like he didn't really care about what Superman was doing before Superman like started interfering in his affairs. Do you think it's the same way around this time, or do you think he just saw an alien and was like, "Oh, I can't stand for that"?
I think I remember James Gunn mentioning like this is the first time that they come into conflict over something or other. What that conflict is exactly, I think, is yet to be, revealed. But it's going to be interesting to see, nonetheless, like how their paths come into crossfire. It's going to be very interesting to see how that plays out. I don't know, like I when they're like facing off each other and he's sipping from his cup, I got major like Superman the Animated Series vibes. I thought that was.
When he tossed the desk, I'm like, oh, Clark, you can't let him get under your skin like that. Like, but,
sure, yeah.
But I get it. At the same time, I get it. This Lex gives me like John Cryer's Lex gave me like extremely creep factor vibes because he was controlling everything from a literal jail cell. Like you gave yourself cancer in order to get out.
I love him. He's so good.
And your focus at that point wasn't even Superman. You said, skip Superman. I want Supergirl. So like that was your focus.
Well, he did do Superman, and then he got tired of it. He's like, I'm gonna go to her now.
Yeah. So, and then you go to like Michael Rosenbaum's. He just wanted to figure out why what Clark was lying about all this time. Like, what is it to Clark Kent? What is it to this kid?
Yeah.
He keeps getting in these accidents and he's just miraculously saved. All this weird stuff is happening in this town. What is it? So that's his thing.
Yeah.
What is Nicholas Holt's Lex Luthor's thing? Like, what is it? What makes him tick? What is driving him? And the fact that I keep coming back to it's all these different factions that are pulling at Superman. That okay, it seems like the Justice Gang may want him to join. Dumbass name, by the way. I hate that name.
Stupid name. I agree.
I hate that name with a passion. The Justice Gang. Please tell me Guy Gardner. I will feel so much better if they say Guy Gardner came up with that, and that's not our real name. That's just what he keeps calling us. Like, and then maybe Superman says maybe you should change it. You know, maybe we could become like a league or something. Like, don't make it corny, but have it be something along the lines of that. But that's a dumbass name. Like they're pulling at him. Lex just wants to pull him out of this life altogether. Like, he doesn't want him there, like, period. Maybe the government is trying to get him to work with him, and all he wants to do is just be a hero. We hear the conversation with Lois. I think this film is going to be just fine. It's got its fair share of unwarranted hate. The DC brand, I'm not going to say it's tainted, but it does not have a lot of goodwill or good faith, like in a lot of people or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say? I don't like that. That's just my whole thing. I just want people to treat people with respect. That was my entire issue. Mm-hmm. People, all the weirdos. Maybe we could be a league or something. Like, you have people screenshotting when Clark is having a conversation with Lois, talking about some oh my god, he looks gay. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? For the interview? Yes, like when he's standing up and he was like they were going to die. Oh, Clark would never yell at Lois like that. You haven't seen Superman and Lois.
Even Henry Cavill too.
Henry Cavill. You haven't read a damn book.
I think someone told me a while back, because when a lot of this stuff was happening, it was during the Sony stuff, that like the nerds now take stuff for granted, because for a while now, for the uninitiated, for those who are older, we used to wait 2 or 3 years for a movie of like these to come out, and a show would take almost probably double the amount. Like, ooh, and if it lasts, it was a miracle.
Right.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people take this stuff for granted now, and there is that convo of like, is there too much stuff being put out? Yeah. But also, is there too much stuff being put out that has no weight, or that is just put out to see if they can make a buck or keep the rights? There's a lot of stuff going out, and again, I was not looking forward to Man of Web. I was not looking forward to Craven or a lot of stuff. But I'm like, you know what? There's an audience for it. Clearly, enjoy it. Same stuff for Superman. It's like we're getting another Superman movie. Since when was Man of Steel? 2013? 2011?
2013.
Yeah, it's been over a decade. And in the meantime, if you're a Superman fan, from what I've heard, you've eaten good because you've had a good animated series and a good live action show. Mm-hmm. So we're getting a movie now. So let's wait till the fucking movie comes out, and then if you have issues in a constructive way, let them out. Like, there's no shying away from that. It's just and again, in a month we're gonna get the FF and Superman back. Two of the most hopeful stuff, retro stuff, old school stuff that's been made in this art form. And let's see if in July, for those 2 moments, like, everybody wins and everybody is just like, oh shit, Marvel and DC come back with a 1-2 punch and has talent behind it, and it doesn't seem like they're just trying to make a buck. It seems like Matt Jackson actually gives a shit about the FF, and like he's like, I care about them and I want to present.
Yeah, instead of just throwing shit out there to feed with sticks just to see what makes money.
And and for those who don't remember, James Gunn initially turned down Superman. He was like, no, I don't know how to do it, and then somehow something in him clicked.
Figured it out.
writing the character, and it's like, okay, let's see what he's got.
And I'm all for, and Darren, I'm just giving my thoughts out. I'm all for.
It's your show.
It's your show today, Darren. You're the king. Put the crown back on. Tosh, sing him a song.
Don't do that.
I'm all for the critiques on the costume. Each Superman costume is an acquired taste. You had people who were body shaming Tyler Hoechlin over the first suit for that, even though that was a muscle suit. So I mean, honestly, that just made people look stupid. But I mean, like every suit is an acquired taste. People trying to use the argument of, oh my God, this is the weakest Superman. You people are dumb. Do you really want every single fight to be won in the trailer? You don't like that's not how movies work. That's not how TV shows work. And again, you don't have these complaints with everything. You're talking about, oh my God, he's shooting himself from fire. Your favorite Superman, Henry Cavill, put his hands up for bullets that were being blasted at his face.
And Doomsday.
It's a reaction. He was raised as a human. It's a reaction. Half these people, are you spoiled by Superman Returns? Because half of y'all hated that movie. Are you spoiled because he just let the bullet hit his eye? Cool effect. Well, let's not forget. You say this Superman's weak. Let's not forget that Brandon Routh's Superman got beat up by Lex Luthor, stabbed in the back, and then technically died. Kicked off a cliff. Had to get airlift.
Then he lifted up a whole island of fucking kryptonite, which makes no sense at all.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. So like, come on, guys. You guys are complaining about dumb stuff. Like, you're complaining because you don't want to see James Gunn with this character. But honestly, half of y'all didn't even deserve the stuff that Snyder gave you.
That's true. That's a goddamn fact right there.
You didn't deserve it. And let's be completely honest. Let's throw everything out on the table. Zack Snyder did not run DC. Nope. He was a director brought in. He did, and this goes both ways. Everybody's talking about the writing in those films were bad. He didn't write BVS. He just directed it.
Or Man of Steel. He didn't write
Man of Steel. Right? He just directed it. He was a director.
Yeah, the most recent thing he's written was Army of the Dead and Rebel Moons, right?
I loved Army of the Dead. I love turning your brain off zombie films. I love it.
Him and Will Beall and Chris Terrio wrote that little bit of for the stuff for the nightmare sequence at the end of the Snyder cut, and him and Chris Terrio wrote what was the Snyder cut. Like him and Terrio mapped out everything following Batman vs Superman. Like when they were done with Batman vs Superman, they mapped out everything. That's where those whiteboards came from. It was Chris Terrio, Jeff Johns, Zack Snyder, Jim Lee. They're all in a fucking room. They mapped all that shit out on those fucking storyboards, and that was their outline. The fucked up and dumb thing is a lot of fans look at that and they act like that all of that was gonna fucking happen.
Yep.
They all act like, oh man, Bruce Wayne was gonna fuck Lois Lane and that kid was gonna be the new Batman, and it's like
that's a novella right there.
That there's a reason why in the Snyder cut, Lois Lane fucking opens a drawer and sees a fucking pregnancy test. And then at the end of the movie, Bruce Wayne looks at Clark Kent and goes, oh, by the way, congratulations. You know what that implies? It implies the fucking child is not his.
Yeah.
Because things change. When you have an outline, things can change from when the outline happens to when the script happens to when they shoot the fucking movie. Things change. For fuck's sake. And that's the thing that really pisses me off, and the exact point that Lance just made. None of you fucking fans deserved any of what was coming or even what you had to begin with. people were so up in arms. Oh my God, he killed Dick Grayson. He killed Jimmy Olsen. How dare Zack Snyder? Oh man, he kicked me in my fucking feelings. He's so evil. Oh, and he killed Superman in movie number 2. Oh my God, you evil son of a bitch. Sit the fuck down. Sit down, you whiny, entitled little bitches. Sit the fuck down. These are fictional fucking characters. Fictional fucking characters. Oh my God. You sat there and cheered Michael Keaton when he put a fucking bomb on a dude's belt and fucking lauded and smiled as someone blew up down a fucking sewage pipe. You sat there and smiled while Christian Bale lit a fucking temple of people on fire. And yet you have the balls to sit here and go, Zack Snyder, how dare you make Batman Brand a sex trafficker? What the fuck is wrong with you? Nerds.
And the Oscar goes to...
No, dude.
I fucking hate nerds.
Oh, shit.
Nerds are the fucking bane of my existence. So help me God. If I ever ran into any one of those anti-Snyder fuckwits, if they saw me wearing a shirt going, oh God, oh, he's a Snyder fan. Yes, motherfucker, I am a Snyder fan. And you're fucking dumb. You people are fucking stupid. You sat there and complained and compared it to the Marvel Cinematic Universe and went, why couldn't I get 10 movies and then Batman versus Superman? Why the fuck didn't everyone in the DC Universe carry Superman's casket out? Where's Zack Snyder? You're a bunch of fucking whiny little bitches.
That was a complaint that they didn't carry his casket.
Wait, there was a complaint about that?
That was a complaint.
I'm not surprised. Because look, I remember just what he just ranted on. I remember way back when Death of the Family first released in the, as a visual novel. People were, yes, I'm that old. People were complaining that, oh my God, you killed Dick Grayson, you killed Robin, It's like, no, we killed a Robin.
On a suicide
This
hotline.
is an old Robin. Dick Grayson is Nightwing now. Like the more they don't. If things don't repeat.
Wait, time out. Didn't they vote to kill Jason Todd off?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
they
they did. They think
Yes,
it was
they
Dick
did.
Grayson.
Because people aren't smart.
Yeah, people are stupid. Even back then in the
education back
midnight,
then?
in the early 90s, people were dumb.
Oh, and here's one I've also heard. It's not comic accurate. Dick Grayson never died. Read Batman Noel. Dick Grayson's the dead Robin in that story. Checkmate, bitch.
And
I
again,
need somebody to clip Phil.
Yes.
Like I was
that's going on the channel.
That's a soundbite.
at first, like he was getting his shit off, and then it just got funny to me. I just started fucking dying, bro.
Yeah,
But like even with Phil's completely right. And then again, you got everybody was all hyped for these films. Again,
I'm not even a fan of the Snyderverse, but I
have the poster on the wall. My wife can tell you when these movies were coming out. Oh, that's literally coming out right when we were getting married, right when the Arrowverse was jumping off as well. I was hype as hell. I'm getting DC content. I was hype as hell. Like I'm a DC Comics fan. Same. I don't care. I you got these fake fans and the extremists are the reason why they decided to make DC Studios more cohesive. Yeah. They listen to an extent, because people wanted Batgirl. Me, I'm people. I wanted Batgirl.
Mm-hmm.
You canceled that for what?
Freedom. For the sake of creative freedom, I wanted Batgirl. I don't know how the fuck it would have turned out.
Yeah,
that got all components to it, but I would have watched it.
Yeah,
definitely.
We would have talked about it because that's what civil fans do. Like I can look at Lance straight in the face and be like, "Yo, I hated Superman and Lois season 1," and he'd be like, "Okay, I hear you." But we still go on about season 2, 3, and 4. And we have a gay old time talking about that shit. That's a Flintstones reference. Anyone, don't you fucking. I see you fucks in the chat, fucking laser eyeing me and shit.
It's
no.
weird that they don't know about the Flintstones, man.
I know.
They're
too fucking young for that shit.
Yeah, some of them might be old enough, but like the rest of them, nah.
But it's just like people are getting more weird about this stuff. Like, come on, like you have the people coming after Henry Cavill's Superman, talking about he has a receding dog. Do you even have hair? Like, you have an AI photo. You're talking shit for what? He was a Superman actor. He's not now.
Wait. Somebody's trying to body shame fucking Henry Cavill.
Bro, body shaming
Seriously?
him. Body shaming Henry Cavill. Body shaming David Corn. Like, literally zoomed the picture that they released last week. At the end of the trailer with Crypto like just laying on his chest, they zoomed in on David Cornsweat's chin, talking about that's not a Superman chin. Some other weirdo got on Twitter talking about some you see that's the problem when you have your actor overwork out. His face is not symmetrical. What? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? When David Cornsweat was first cast, you weirdos were all like, "Oh my god, he's so small. Oh, he's so skinny."
Yeah, I remember that.
Couple months later, the dude is sitting jacked. Literally cannot sit up straight. He's sitting like this with a full beard. And everybody's like, "Oh, I guess what happened to all this? You couldn't work out." And now you're body shaming him because it doesn't show through the suit? Newsflash, unless you want him walking with his Frankenbeans out, no suit fits like it does on a comic book. They're all muscle suits underneath there. It's no way you're gonna tell me. You look at Ben Affleck, and then you look at Bruce Wayne in the costume. You mean to tell me you think that's Ben Affleck? Like Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, Jason Momoa, all worked out. They were all ripped in those. They were all ripped in those. But let's just be completely honest. When Bruce Wayne was just walking around without the suit on, when I first saw it in the film, it was kind of jarring. But I'm like, oh, this is a fantastical universe. But I always sat back and thought, maybe they went too extreme with the Batman muscles. Maybe they went too extreme because in a regular suit, his shoulders are like this. He's just walking all normal.
I think it's on record like the only actor who wore like the thinnest suit of anyone in the DCU was The Rock. Like his suit was the thinnest. Yeah,
and because he didn't need it because he's just abnormally ripped.
Yeah, he's a wrestler. Yeah, he's
jacked.
And you could tell. Like you could look at the suit and tell.
Zachary Levi, on the other hand, you could tell that fucker suit was padded.
Bro, no, the first suit padded to hell. The second suit, you could tell it was just him. Like it was no padding.